This video essay is going to be a semiotic analysis of an opening credits scene from the 2019 TV series The Undoing. Using semiotics to analyze film and TV can give us a better understanding of what meaning does the scene convey. Semiotics is the study of signs. It is mostly used to analyze language, but can be used for film since it operates in many ways like language. The analyzing of signs was a concern of structuralism, which interested itself in the relation of the structure behind the use of particular signs. The key theorist on the matter was Ferdinand Saussure, who recognized the sign as the fundamental particle of meaning. The sign consists of a signifier and a signified. The signifier is the object, empty of meaning, and the signified is an abstract message, which, when put into the object, the signifier, forms a meaning, a sign. Each sign has decodable meanings. These are denotations, the literal meanings. But apart from those, signs create connotative meaning when in context of other signs. In film, connotations are particularly important because film is built on putting signs in context of other signs, be it different objects within frame or different actions taking place after one another. The Undoing is a psychological mystery drama miniseries. It seems like a typical murder mystery, but there is only one suspect ever since the beginning, Jonathan, who goes missing at the same time his secret lover is murdered. The main character of the story is Grace, a therapist and Jonathan's wife. The story is told through her, filtered by her emotions and her perception of Jonathan. As she's overcoming the fact that he cheated on her, she's forced to find out whether or not is he a murderer too. The series culminates when at the end of Jonathan's trial, Grace is the one who, while trying to defend him, eventually dooms him in the court, as the jury turns her words against him, and Grace realizes that she didn't know her husband as much as she thought. The series is about the concept that the perception of a person can be happier than the reality is. This is the key idea behind the opening credits scene of the series. So let's have a look at the scene itself.
Shining bright above you, night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree, dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
The Undoing is quite psychological and dark, which reflects in the visual style of the series itself, as many scenes are crudely lit, lacking color or lack emotion. Yet the intro is in many ways the opposite. The bright, colorful images are accompanied by a calm, jazzy song. It gives off a positive atmosphere with a sense of the unreal, the illusion of which is broken with a couple lurking elements among the images and music. To understand some of the meanings the signs in the scene carry, it is necessary to know the context which the story implies on them. Most of the signs are present for their connotative meanings and for their meaning within the story. The series has 6 episodes, and it is only in the 5th that Jonathan tells Grace a story from his childhood. He had a younger sister, but she died when she was a child, and they blamed him for her death. The context of the sister's death is an important piece of puzzle completing the picture of Jonathan's character. While it's not entirely clear who the girl in the intro is, the theme of the scene suggests that it could be the little sister. The photo aesthetics of the scene give it a sense of memory, which is further amplified by the fact that many of these shots are in slow motion as if to capture these happy memories of a person who is gone. Further focusing on the girl, who appears in most shots of the intro, we can follow the framework of Gillian Dyer and think about the representation of bodies, manner, activity, and props and settings. While some aspects like her age, gender, and race are in this case subject to the story, others can help us understand what meaning does she represent. She is wearing bright colors, her hair is blowing free, she's mostly in movement, jumping, running around, picking flowers, or playing with bubbles. Even when she's still, she seems to be in the midst of playing hide and seek. This gives her an overall expression of freedom, playfulness, and contentment. The sense of freedom, or escape, from reality, is enhanced by intricate shots of birds and flying bubbles. The warm color palette, the sunshine, the flowers, the fancy cloth, the little girl, all convey symbolic meaning of security, happiness, comfort, fragility, and innocence. This differs in the case of the red carnation, which traditionally symbolizes pain of the heart, and in this scene shortly flickers into a bloodstain, more direct symbol of pain and violence. This bloodstain appears on the screen in the same frame along with the face of the girl, so in this case it symbolizes the aggressive death of the character. In the second half of the intro a black silhouette appears. There's a high level of contrast between the two people in subsequent shots. As opposed to the girl, the silhouette appears to be a boy. He is dark and still. He is depicted from afar, and as a reflection. The storm overlying the image signifies the danger he imposes. Because of this, the silhouette can be read as Jonathan. He is the cause of her death. The scene ends with a literal popping of the bubble, popping the illusion of Grace's idea of Jonathan. This is accompanied by a whooshing sound, ending the cheerful song, and a distorted sound as the screen fades from the bright colors to black. When the intro ends, we too are put in the darker reality of the TV series. To conclude, there are two sides to this intro. One that establishes a calm, comfortable, and free, memory-like feeling, and the other that undermines it with a more sinister tone of the series itself. Many of the signs and their meanings are quite subtle, but since it is the opening credits scene, the audience is presented with the same video before every episode, with a chance to rewatch it and notice and understand more.